guys! For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Nikki. I'm an internationally published author. I don't often talk about my work or what I do here on TikTok, often, unless someone asks me. And I normally don't open my vault as to my extensive experience or client list, as I'm just a humble and low-key type person. And I don't really like the spotlight. I prefer just to stay in my writing cave, where it's nice and quiet and my creative juices are flowing. But I've recently had a few people curious about what I do for work, so I thought I'd do a brief overview and tell you. So I hold multiple university degrees and postgraduate certifications, and one of those is in creative writing and advanced applied writing. As such, I have the knowledge and skill to write in various genres, and I have the experience to guide and mentor budding writers. I've also taken writing courses with Neil Gaiman, Margaret Atwood, and R.L. Stine, who is notably famous for his young adult series called Goosebumps. But I am an experienced author, writer, publisher, editor, ghostwriter, proofreader, and writing coach. I have written works in many genres. In non-fiction, I've written in travel, memoir, biography, interviews, historical, war and military, humour, crime, and many more. In the fiction realm, I've written in drama, fantasy, including the subgenres, supernatural, thriller, horror, romance, but not erotica, and adventure. I've also written books and written works for children and young adults, but I've also done a blending of fact and fiction to create a story that's sort of like a blended memoir, which was very cool. But yeah, so my writing background covers everything from TV pilots, movies, poetry in all forms, music, flash fiction, short fiction, memoir, recipe books, novels, historical fiction and non-fiction, supernatural non-fiction, and travel journalism. However, the majority of my professional career has been spent ghostwriting books for others. Now, if anyone's unaware what ghostwriting is, it is not writing books about ghosts. It is writing a book on someone else's behalf and never being attributed as the author myself. And all my clients that I ghostwrite for must remain confidential. So a lot of my books that I have written, do not have my name attached to them, even though I was the original contracted author. But that is the design of ghostwriting. But yes, I have an extensive CV of working with clients in relation to writing, editing, proofreading, writing development, coaching, and ghostwriting. My speciality or areas of expertise include, but are not limited to, character development, chapter development, plot development, tone, point of view, idea development, dialogue, and narration. Also along with all aspects of self-publishing, interviewing, research, and finding the impossible. And I have previously been contracted to publishing houses for proofreading and editing jobs, and to authors, both traditionally published and self-published. I have done editing and developmental editing for an array of clients, including, most notably, an actress from a beloved Netflix series, who shall remain nameless. But my clients include traditional and self-published authors, National Geographic documentary hosts, filmmakers, actors, chefs, travel guides, and many more people. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me and what I do. I hope it enlightens you or inspires you to ask questions or pick my brain. But that's just a brief overview of the many things I do in my professional life. And I hope I explained it as clear as I could. I tried to explain it very briefly for you, but obviously what I do is so much more than this brief overview. But Jess, if you have any questions, message me, talk to me. Have a wonderful day.